Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Good evening, one. Good evening, all, and welcome to the ISCA Super Cup Series. It's Thursday night. We're here for the Charles Shaw 137, and so are we. And by we, I mean me. Jolo up in the booth with Big Al as usual, joined by Kobe down in the truck, pushing the buttons, pulling the levers, bringing it all to you. Big Al, how you doing this week?
Feel pretty good, Joe. Excited to be right here where we're at, getting ready to do what we do every week. You and me, Scooby.
That's right. And last week I wasn't here, unfortunately. Wasn't able to make it. Had to take a week off. How did things go?
We did what we're supposed to do. Try to keep it out of the wall. Try to keep everybody happy. Probably sure we failed at all of those, but look, we're back here again. Me and you,
That's
Scooby.
right. That's right, buddy. You know what? It was at the Chicago. We were at Chicago last week, but this week we're in Sonoma, wine country.
Who on earth that we piss off that we go back-to-back road courses in NASCAR?
Right. A bit of a tough week for our drivers, too. It is a back-to-back road courses, back-to-back right turns involved in your driving. So if you're not used to just turning left, this is going to be your own personal hell. Let's take a look right now. We're using the historic configuration of Sonoma, 1.96 miles. We're doing 14, 25, and then all the way to 69 laps around Sonoma tonight. 3 sets of tires on the other side of the fence, and 45 laps abouts in the tank. So it's going to be a wild one. So 115 on the track right now. Good God, what a scorcher. So speeds are going to be capped in a certain sense here, because if you drive it too hard, you're just going to drive it right off the edge of the track and straight into oblivion. But not going to see many yellows here. Probably not. Probably none.
Nope.
It's going to be
going to see any except for the stage breaks, and those are already scheduled. So nothing new to see there, but there is something new to see on that points board.
Oh, let's take a look right now. Vincent Crowe is at the top of that points board. Sean Signor is in the second place. Kenny Powell's in third. Bacon Zelenka in fourth. Greg Wachinski in fifth. Randy Drumhiller in sixth. Mark Sanchez in seventh. Jeremy Clapper Newell in eighth. Jose Medina in ninth. And Patrick Gitter in 10th on your points list. Who's new on this list? You said someone was new on there?
Well, there's a lot of new guys that are on that list as we start to filter the other guys out. And
That's
the probability of those guys showing back up and winning slowly diminishes as well. You know, it's been a long season, but I think it's starting to finally bring itself together, man. And here we are. I think we are going to have ourselves a heavyweight battle for the championship.
Roger that. That's what we love to hear. It's what we love to see. And you know what else we love? Keys to the race. Why don't you walk us through it, Big Al?
Oh, the first one, hit your break points. That's going to be a big one, man, because when you're dealing with a road course, each lap has to be perfect. So drivers are going to be on, off, on all night. You got to hit your breaking points. The next one, you got to know where you're at on the track, man. There's a lot of blind corners, especially coming up off of one. So a lot of it's going to be the feel of the car. And if you know where you're at, that's going to help you get to where you're supposed to be going. So that's what we'll be watching as well, to see if the drivers can actually do just that, how they're going to navigate this thing. And last but not least, keep it on the track. That's going to be the biggest challenge for a lot of drivers here tonight. Is this place is windy, it's twisty, it's turny, it's up, it's down. There's turtlebacks out there. Drivers are going to be having their hands full. So those right there, Joe, those are the keys to the race.
Love it. Very good. And hopefully, if you're at home listening and you're driving Sonoma, those will help you. But right now, maybe that'll pass on to our drivers here. We've got to deal with some ups and some downs. Really wild track here, Sonoma. A lot of elevation changes that can change the way the car handles very drastically over a short distance. So I'm looking forward to seeing how some of these guys handle it, who's got the most practice going around here, and how that's going to shape up here at the Charles Shaw 137.
Yeah, absolutely. Warm-up slowly starting to get out of the way, man. And we're going to be going into qualifying. And I'm going to tell you what, qualifying is going to be a big deal here tonight, because you're not just qualifying for start position, you're qualifying for pit position.
Is that right? Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That matters there in those pit stalls, especially getting out of the pit stall. So we'll see where everybody's stacking up at.
And there goes the checkered flag on the warm-ups, which means that, as you just mentioned, Big Al, quali is about to start. We'll get a chance to see these 12 gladiators going around, figure out who has got the chops for Sonoma.
Chops, man. Here we go. Getting ready to start to put it in the books here and getting ready to start going.
Who should we follow around the track right now? Let's see who we got going out first.
Mark Sanchez is out on the track right now. Looks like he's the first taker.
That's right.
Oh, Mark dropped off the 2 cars up and ready to go. That's going to be Kendall LeBron. And that first lap's going to be tricky, especially coming around those first couple of turns, because you got to get these tires warmed up. And that's what we're watching the drivers tonight on that outlap. We'll be making certain that once they get to get the go signal, that they actually take it easy, Joe, because it's going to be a dogfight, at least for the half of the first lap.
Yeah, that's what I want to look. That's what I'm looking for here. Is where are the points where the battles are going to occur? This track is interesting. There's so many different squeeze points in it, and points that just these long S curves that are just beautiful drives, and I'm just wondering where are the moments that these guys are going to make their pushes. Is it going to be in these heavy braking zones? Is it going to be, I don't know the names of the turns here at Sonoma, unfortunately, folks, so if you do know the names of the Sonoma turns, forgive me, but you might be able to educate us commentators a little bit. Throw something in the chat and let us know if you have any experience here with Sonoma. But this is that long, wide turn right now. I'm just watching Kendall LeBron go through and across the line. That first couple of turns where the elevation just takes you up over the side of the hill. Wow, I think there's going to be, like you said, some dogfighting, some heavy fighting going on as the weight of the car changes as it goes over those humps. You're just going to see people go flying off the track. I'm certain of it.
Yep, just had the 7 of Sean Signore. He actually found out exactly what it meant to hook a turn. Coming off the last turn right there, he did just that. That is definitely going to have a lot bit of an impact on his qualifying run.
And Signore going up right now. He was around the middle of the pack during warm-ups. We'll see how he fares.
I'm expecting Sean to be a front runner, actually. The 7 car, lucky number 7, I picked him several times. Of course, I didn't pick him tonight. I don't know who I picked. I'm waiting on you to bring that up.
Oh, that's a good point. Well, we got a few minutes here. Why don't we go ahead? We could talk about our picks of the race right now. You want to knock those out?
Sure.
All right. Well, let's see. Our picks for tonight's race. I took a look over that list, and I have to say I already mentioned his name once. Sean Signore. I liked it. I liked what I saw, and he's the kind of driver that I think has got something to give. So we'll see how things go over the course of the night for good old Sean.
Can't knock that number 7, lucky number 7. But me, I went a different route. I went with Skinny Vinny. Once again, Vincent Crowe, 2 weeks in a row. Hopefully the 47 will be able to get it done for us here tonight. Love to see that car in the winner's circle once again.
All right, Skinny Vinny it is, the 47 of Vincent Crowe. And Kobe, what you got?
This week I'm going to go with Bacon's Lenker. He showed good pace last week at Chicago, so I would not be surprised to see him on the top step tonight.
Bacon Zelenka, Sean Signore, Vincent Crowe, all straight arrow racing drivers. Looks like we've got our team picked for the podium. The trifecta. 1, 2, 3 of these drivers. We're all kind of rooting for them tonight. We'll see how Sonoma shapes up for straight arrow racing.
Indeed. Those guys have been having a pretty positive showing as of yet. So, and a lot of consistency coming out of that team. We got, probably about 3 or 4 teams that are actually down there running. But I do believe the straight arrow guys are probably running the best at this particular junction.
Yeah, you have to agree with that. Based on just the few weeks I've been keeping track of team for team stuff here. Straight Arrow has had good showings, and they've got strong drivers. I like watching these three work, and I like watching them. I think I'm going to enjoy what we see tonight. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, absolutely. Vincent Crowe absolutely getting it done, having the fastest time overall. His first lap was a 1:14.116. Second lap was a 1:14.154. That's going to be good enough for right now as you're watching the Dirty Sanchez do pirouettes on the mountaintop.
Not pretty. Not pretty for Mark here. That's going to be a tough one to bounce back from already. He's going to put the shakes in you early on for this kind of race, and it's going to dictate your pace a little bit when you have that kind of experience.
I don't know. I'm going to give that a solid 100, man. That was a pretty awesome. You see how he gets to tail end of that thing around first, and she literally backs up over the hill as she starts to spin. I mean, how many rotations did he get out of that thing? So yeah, way to go, Mark.
It was pretty beautiful.
As Kenny Powell does his best impersonation of the Duke boys. Driving through the dirt road over there.
All right, the 24 of Kenny Powell bouncing around a little bit, getting his own qualifying licks in, as it were.
Yeah, definitely. Waiting to see what kind of time that 24 can put down. We're slowly running out of time here in qualifying. Looking at the lap times, though, they've been pretty consistent. I mean, I personally went out and I gave it my best, ran a 1:27. I'm not going to go ahead and fill in the rest of the banks. And I come in here and I see these guys at 1:14s, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Where are you getting that 6 seconds from, huh?
Yeah, wow.
That's kind of how I felt in the league I was racing the other week. It was just not my week. I was wondering where these guys were all getting. I was just looking for 0.6 of a second, and I was just wondering where they were getting it from. It was Auto Club, not my course.
Well, I tell you what, I was losing it on every corner out there, and I was leaving it on the track, not in a good way. And drivers are going to have to be cognizant to not do that tonight. They're going to have to be crisp, clean, and get those corners right, man. This track, it's an awesome track. It's a fun track. It's a fast track, but it doesn't really lend itself to kind of being out of bounds, if you will. Hence the talking point, keep it on the track.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, talking point, keep it on the track. That's all you got to do, right?
She's happy as long as you keep it between the yellows. But there's plenty of opportunities to get outside of that. So drivers are just going to have to make certain that they are very aware of where they're at on this track. I don't think traffic's going to be a big deal. I think a lot of the drivers are just going to be literally racing themselves. I do believe we'll kind of spread out maybe quicker than not.
Yeah. These guys are going to get spread out. You think kind of quick though? Like by what, lap 2?
I think guys are gonna get scared with cold tires, so that's gonna kind of keep half the guys at bay. But the couple guys that I think are gonna put the hammer down, they're gonna go ahead and go. So I do see a breakaway of 2 cars.
Okay. Well, right now it looks like qualifying is wrapping up here. We're going to send it real quick to our national anthem, and when we come back, we'll have some racing for you. We'll be right back, folks.
Oh, say, can you see what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Race fans, it is time for those most famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines!
Hey, folks, we are back in the saddle, excuse me, for the ISCA Super Cup Series. It's Thursday night. We got the grid starting. We're going to get things going here. Let's break it down on the grid. First place, pole position, Vincent Crowe. Second place, Bacon Zelenka. Third, it's going to be Sean Signori. Fourth, Mark Sanchez. Fifth, Kenny Powell. Sixth, Jay Hone. Seventh, Kendall LeBron. Eighth, Jose Medina. Ninth, Randy Drumhiller. 10th, Jay Collins. And in the back row, 11th, Paul Olson. And 12th, David Gervais.
Man, this is going to be awesome as we get ready to get this thing going. I'm sure drivers are getting a briefing right now. And then we'll be under that guise of the pace car. That first lap's going to be a long one, Jeff. It's going to be slow. Drivers are going to be doing weird things, but the most important thing is don't run into the guy in front of you. I done wrecked people under the caution lap.
Let's see if they can keep it from getting bunched up then. Is that there's a couple times in that first, lap where you're early on, I can see these guys getting bunched up very quickly.
Yeah, indeed. We'll see. I'm hoping that they will kind of get a little skittish there because, here's the deal. If they don't and they go diving directly into the turn, it'll be plenty of reasons for drivers to be skittish.
Yeah. Although, skittish drivers is going to lead to slow drivers, and slow drivers is going to lead to a nice, clean race, but that race isn't going to be very exciting. So let's kind of have a good blend of both, I say.
Yeah, indeed.
A little column A, a little column B.
Yep, waiting on the last couple of cars to grid.
And don't forget, we're going to lap 14, then lap 25, and then to lap 69, dude. That's how far we're driving tonight.
One lap at a time.
Here at Charles Shaw 137. Gridding is almost done. I think we're just waiting on one or two cars left. It looks like our pole position is there. But Bacon Zelenka is not.
Why do they hate us? Why did they take us from road course to road course?
Just to test our mettle, that's all.
Definitely a different type of calling also. Calling a road race versus calling an oval.
It's true. That's true. A lot more talking about intervals. A lot more talking about which turn they're in.
A lot to talk about.
Yeah. And what I need, might be exposing my toolkit here a little bit, haha, so to speak. I need a track map. Because when I'm at these kind of courses, I'm not exactly sure sometimes where they are on the track. It takes me a little bit of time to get used to it. So I'm hoping to be able to give some insight in terms of that. But again, one of those things where I'm hoping to learn a little bit something as we do some racing tonight. Gridding's just about done. 15 seconds left, 14 seconds, something around there. And very soon we will be on our way. Looking for that Porsche to start driving. Whoops. 47 of Vincent Crowe starts driving backwards for a second. Wrong gear, buddy.
Vincent can go forward, backwards. He knows he's good.
I'm sure he knew what he was doing. But away we go on our pace lap. Everybody already getting a feel for the shape of this course over the last couple of minutes here. They had warm-up, they had practice, they had all week to get ready. Now all of that hard work either pays off or it doesn't.
Yeah, well, it didn't pay off for me. I'm going to tell you, I went out there and I thought I'd practice enough. You know, I was dressed the part, I was looking the part. Looked like a race car driver had a race car, and then they threw that little green flag thing, and it was over.
Yep. Vincent Crowe does his Joker lap.
Yeah, these guys are right now. It's kind of a free for all. I'm assuming once the pace car gets ready to get up and out of the way, we will start to double these things up.
I think you're right.
That's going to be the standard NASCAR start.
We're going to have that here pretty soon. As right now we're down into the probably the longest straight into the tightest 180 degree just horseshoe of a turn.
Yeah, these guys will be under their own recognizance for quite a while here as they make it all the way back around to the start finish line to be under then direction of the green flag bearer. Now, everybody's not going to rush up. There's going to be some guys, I guarantee, going to kind of lay back, not trying to get caught up in the first lap crazies. Green flag's out.
We are go, go, go. There it is. Green flag's away, and Zelenka leaps out to the front, wants to take a little bit of that position away from our pole position driver. Crowe switches it back up, almost takes it right back from Zelenka.
Jay Haney just made a little bit of contact with Kenny Powell. There is Haney around, Powell's around, Sanchez is around. That's going to be a big whoop. Lots to navigate there. Looks like both the 88 of Gervais and Paul Olsen going to make it around. Now, I don't know if these guys got any significant damage, but the 29 is definitely high-centered there. That might be a cause of issue for himself.
Yikes. Couple of drivers definitely got caught up in that. Jay Haney, one of them. Paul Olsen. Mark Sanchez already jumping to the pits now.
Yeah, Mark Sanchez was high-centered, and that's just unfortunate. Any shot those guys had, now they're going to be behind the 8-ball. Now, Sanchez, he is actually getting towed.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, he's high-centered. I mean, there's nothing
high-centered. Oh, my goodness. That's it. Beached like a whale.
Exactly, beached like a whale. And that's just, that's unfortunate because it's a long tow here at Sonoma. I don't care which part of the track you put it on the hook. It's going to take you a while to get it off. I mean, she's in hock. He's going to lose 2.5 laps at least, maybe 3.5 to 4. So be watching the 29. I don't think he's going to be able to recover from this. But, hey, what are you going to do besides get out there and try again? Now, that left a big whoop in the field. I mean, so now we got Bacon and Vincent with Sean. That's that 3-car breakaway that we were talking about. Then you got to fall all the way back till you come to the 2-car, Kendall LeBron.
Yeah, that's all. That all the way back is a 6-second difference between Sean Signori and Kendall LeBron. Quite a gap there.
Yeah.
That wreck did spread out the entire field. It made what could have been a tight first lap into a very strung out first lap for a lot of cars.
Indeed, and it was one of the things I said. I was hoping that drivers would have kind of laid back a little bit, just try to get through that first lap. Then once the car tires heat up, we'll get into the race rhythm. Give everybody a little room to get their elbows out, and you can see got another car coming down behind the wall right now. That's the 2-car, Kendall LeBron. He's going to be coming down pit road. That's going to be pretty concerning for him.
Yeah, he was part of, I believe, that situation. So I wonder exactly why he's back down pit road. Maybe he took enough damage that it's necessary. Might have gotten a meatball. I didn't think he got hit that hard. Ooh.
Yeah, no meatballs.
No meatballs. Look, Kendall is disconnected.
Actually, yeah, they don't. I don't think we do meatballs anymore. The way it is under the new damage model, David Gervais getting out of the way, he is going to allow both Kenny Powell and Jay Haney to go by. Powell passed Haney back on the last lap. Remember, Kenny was he took the worst for wears. He was actually all the way back in last place. Had to get her turned around in the right direction. Sanchez off the hook. He's back on the track running now. We're going to haul him just one lap down. Big Al's off again, as always. Woohoo.
Ooh. David Gervais way off behind Kenny Powell and Jay Haney.
Yeah, David's going to have his hands full tonight for a little bit.
Haney around. Haney parks the car in the parking lot for a second. Decided to try to sign some cursive.
Yeah, that's not hard to do right there, especially coming out of turn 11 right there. It's a very, very sharp hairpin turn. You get on the throttle the wrong way. You're in second gear going around, but if you hold your mouth the wrong way and burp it the wrong way, she will just continue to turn, and you'll see that's exactly what just happened to Hone right there. I mean, I've done that 100 times.
All right, I got to ask, is it Hone or is it Haney?
It's Haney.
Okay. I want to make sure I know which one I'm supposed to be using here.
Yeah, I was cruising around and I bumped into old Jay, and I was like, Jay, man, Mr. Hone, Mr. Hone, how are we supposed to pronounce your last name? And he's like, it's Haney. And I'm like, yep, didn't have that one at all.
Done deal. Haney it is. Thank you, Jay.
I was so far from that one, it wasn't even funny.
Me too. I wouldn't have guessed it. But I'm glad to know it. Thank you, sir, and it's good to see you back on the track there, number 19. Let's see where the action's at, though.
Yeah, the action's going to be up front, and it's going to be between Bacon, Zelenka, and Vincent Crowe. These guys are doing exactly what, iron sharpens iron. That's what I say week in, week out, and that's what these guys are doing. Bacon is looking over his shoulder, and Vincent's going to be there the whole time, and these guys are going to push each other. They're going to push each other out of their own comfort zone. They're not up here laying off. They're out here actually, being competitive, if you will, and that's what they're going to be doing. So expect to see these guys do nothing more than what they're doing right now through all of the stages here. Just lap 5, still got 9 to go, just almost not quite halfway through the first stage.
Not quite. Getting there, though. We are almost a 10th of the way through tonight's race. Ooh, a little bit of a blink from Vincent Crowe. Hopefully the disconnection issues he's suffering won't be the end of his race during tonight's race. I like the aggression right now between him and Bacon Zelenka. Not aggression per se, but like you said, steel sharpening steel. I like that aspect of their driving relationship right now and how both of them have kind of got each other sort of pushing. Vincent's right behind, making things a pace setting for Bacon Zelenka. That's what he's really kind of doing here.
Yeah, indeed. Now, Paul Olsen's probably going to find himself staring down the barrel of the leaders before this first stage is over. I mean, looking at the times here, there's a 122 to a 114. That's an 8-second difference. They're going to gobble that up. And well, I don't think Paul's going to be the only guy that goes a lap down here before this stage is over.
No, I think you're right. Who do we have a lap down already? We got Kendall LeBron down. Mark Sanchez is down. Kendall LeBron, though, is not racing anymore, it looks like.
This is just one lap down. Now, he's going to be trying everything he can. Oh, look at that. Getting a little close there. His Bacon kind of took that turn, maybe just a little bit slower than Vincent wanted, so definitely got a little bit close for comfort. And now you're going to be watching Bacon as he's going to try to get a good run here going up this hill. The elevation at this track, the elevation changes. That's one of the most awesome things about it. And when you feel the car kind of coming up over that hill, and you get the feeling like that you just left the ground, you know what I mean? And then you're driving her downhill, getting ready to kind of wait on that next braking point. You know, and keeping it managed. You got to. It's like walking on a tightrope. You want to keep that thing managed so that the front nor the tail gets away from each other.
Yeah. That's a very good way to put it. And I'm guilty of being one of the spectators who, you know, back when I was not watching a lot of racing, I would just think, oh, every racetrack is perfectly flat. You know, I never really put a lot of thought into how elevation came into play until I started really, really getting into iRacing. And I could feel in the wheel when the weight of the car gets over the top of that hill. I don't have a lot of little hills that I'm flying over in my Ford Escape. You know, I don't really get that feeling in my hands very often when I'm driving a car, but in the simulator, I do. And it's so drastic. Like that change in elevation over that short of a distance, it is such a drastic change in the ability of the car to actually contact the road and put its full weight down. These are not cars with any downforce on them. They don't have any downforce. So you need every pound for pound that this car can put on the ground to stay on the ground if you're going to maintain any traction. Oh, it's terrifying. It's just terrifying.
Hi, Joe.
Yeah.
Would you believe me if I told you that there's some people, I don't know these people, but there's people out there that believe that the earth is flat? I got nothing.
I got nothing for that either. I got a lot of solutions to that problem, but I got nothing for it. You know what I mean?
Yep. And you know, the best thing in the world about it is, though, we got 2 Ford ponies leading this thing. Looks like Paul Olsen is going to be off and away there, electing to go ahead and take that truck around pit road rather than get lapped by the leaders.
Mm-hmm. Paul Olsen's off.
Yeah, hopefully Paul will stick with it. I imagine he's probably not having too much fun down there tonight.
No, it's gonna be a tough race for some of these guys, and it's just gonna be a slog. There's no other way to put it. When you've got another 60 laps to go, and you don't really feel it in the wheel, and it's like, imagine going to the casino and you hit an unlucky streak, but you can't leave the table.
Yeah, well, this is nothing like that. This is work. That's just going there, muscle memory, throwing coins into a slot. No one's going to tell me that casino gambling is a freaking sport. This right here, this is different, man. The mental anguish just in being in there, just concentrating lap after lap, trying to hit all of those breaking points and being in the zone. And if you're not in the zone, that's a long night.
I see where you're coming from. That makes sense.
I mean, it's almost like playing a dang 4-string guitar. It's like, what? That's a bass, man. You know what I mean? But no, you can play lead with it, and you're gonna be working. You can, but you're gonna be working. And that's what these guys are doing. And you're having to come out here, and you have to be perfect every lap. No laps off, no turns off, because you got somebody like right now. You're riding with Jay Haney, and he is chasing down Kenny Powell.
He's putting the screws to him.
And Kenny is chasing down Mark Sanchez, and there's that pressure right there as Kenny goes wide on the turn. That's what we're talking about. And even up front here, say again. But each one of these guys is just, they got that other guy behind him, and it's you want to kind of follow that guy's line, but you still got to drive your own race as the Powell yields to the Haney.
And he makes the move around. Miller Light Machine now taking command of the track away from Kenny Powell as the elevation is changing now. They went up the hill, and now they're coming back down it with a vengeance.
And you really got to applaud Kenny Powell for just respecting the power of that Ford as he yields in his Toyota to let the king through. Whoop, 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 whoop. Olsen's still behind the wall. I think he might be calling it a night. On the racetrack, though, green flag racing continues. Really hadn't had a lot of cars get in harm's way. No one really got tore up. This Sanchez still cost himself a lap as he was high-centered, but he's got it going again. Got a little bit more of a gap there coming up between our leaders as Bacon starts to stretch his legs out now, seeing his longest lead of the night at some 2 point. Well, it's now up to over 3 seconds there. Now,
that's right.
From the back here, we're watching this, and I want to get back to Sanchez and Haney because never mind. Just like that, it's done. Sanchez is the lap down, so I was wondering, what he was going to do, because the difference in road racing is, you don't have to yield to the leader in road racing either. They'll tell you that faster cars are coming, faster class, whatever. But yeah, it's you don't have to necessarily yield. Just like in NASCAR, where you see lap cars fight for their position all the time. So Sanchez did yield, which speaks volumes about him, but he didn't have to.
Yeah, I'm usually of the category of if it's just if it's a race like this and the leader's coming up on me and gaining on me, I'm going to yield to him because I don't need to cost the leader lap times just to, like, maybe if it was the end of the race, I might race him a little bit or some other time, like when like the end of a stage, to avoid like going down, maybe get the lucky dog or something. But there's very rarely a time I can think of when a lap car, as a lap car, I would race the leader. Oh, we just had another disconnection. Bacon Zelenka has disconnected from the race.
Don't tell anybody.
All right, secret between me and you.
At least for right now, till we figure out what's going on.
Yeah, Vincent Crowe is now a man alone. Him and Sean, at least, are the only two members of the team now back there.
And usually it was Sean with the shitty connection, but I guess Bacon must have spliced off his internet tonight. He was blinking a little bit earlier on, and now he's gone.
And we've got only one lap left to the end of stage one. I believe we're just going to 14 here.
Yeah, there's Jay Haney. He is hard into the wrong way.
Not the right way to drive the car. You got to face it forward.
Man, these cars are definitely starting to be a little worse for wear there. Starting to see the tire degradation, like you said, as we get down to this last and final lap with 10 cars actually not on the lead lap. This is going to have to be a manual caution, but you can definitely start to tell that these tires are not aging well at all.
Yeah. Well, you've got a triple-digit 114-degree track.
Yeah,
and you got challenging braking zones. You got a 114-degree track. This is a recipe for disaster, for buttery tires that just slip and slide all over the place.
Yep, and that's the 47. Vincent Crowe has already taken his crown. That is going to end this stage. We'll just be waiting now for the caution, which is just going to be a formality at this point. So give these drivers a chance to go ahead and get everything back together, get it bunched up. They'll come around. Some guys might not stop right now. You'll be surprised. Some guys, unless the tires are just really crappy, Joe, I would not be surprised if I saw some guys that actually just went all the way to the next stage to pit.
Yeah, honestly, it might not be a bad idea. With only 3 sets behind and with as much gas as you've got in the car, you're not going to need gas right now. No one needs gas. Unless you're topping it up, you're not at a critical stage. So it's really up to you. It's a lot closer to like, will they, won't they, than just everybody comes in.
Yeah, I hope these guys, there's the caution. Woohoo! We're waiting on him to show up, man. It's like he took the day off or something. Now that the caution's out, we're going to take a step away, get a word from our sponsors, let our voices rest, and we'll be right back here with the Stage 1 winner and the rest of the night's presentation.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the ISCA Super Cup Series, Charles Shaw 137. We're on lap 16 out of 69, doing our current stage break for stage 1. We got Vincent Crow up in the booth. Vincent, how you doing here after that stage 1 win?
Oh man, that was a great first stage. It's been very boring up front here. No trouble at all. But I know in all seriousness, you know, me and Bacon were racing for it hard. He got the better of me on that start. And then he missed a corner. I got around him, and then it seems like he had some sort of a technical issue and had to quit. But I'm happy to get the lead. I'm happy to win the stage.
Very good, very good. Your team is looking really good right now, my friend. You and Sean both sitting up in the front right now. You anticipate a stage 2 win here. You feeling good on the in the car right now? You didn't pit.
Yeah, I feel really strong about the car. We only have 2 sets of tires, so I wanted to have an extra set in that final stage because going 40 laps is pretty hard on these tires. It's not impossible to think that I may accidentally shred them or I'll slide a corner one too many times and I'll need that set of tires. So, and then plus if you pit here at the end of stage 2, I think you can make it to the end. We'll see.
Okay. Well, we've got you here about to get started here. Good luck, my friend.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys, and have fun in the booth, and anticipate another SAR victory. I think we're 7 for our last 10 here, so it'd be nice to be 8 for 11.
Very good. I think you got about 10, maybe 15 seconds. Anyone you want to shout out to?
Of course, I want to shout out the original Mane and Tail, an American-made company, family-owned for over 50 years, making products that started in a humble beginnings on a farm in New Jersey, out of the back of an old pickup truck, and now it's a global brand, globally recognized brand, sold all over the world. You can get it in Afghanistan if you wanted to. So go to your local Rite Aid. You don't have to go to Afghanistan for it. Go to your local Rite Aid, your local CVS, and go pick yourself up a bottle or 2.
There you go, folks. Mane and Tail, you heard it right here. Thank you, Vincent, and we'll hopefully talk to you later on in the race.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
That was Vincent Crow, your stage 1 winner. We are going to get back to the race here as the race is getting ready to get started, folks. Stage 2, right now, we are going to take it away and get things going. Vincent is going to be racing alongside Sean Senior, his teammate. Unfortunately, Bacon Zelenka had a technical, had to dip. There's the green flag. There goes Vincent, and we are going here on stage 2.
Yeah, just keeping my eyes on Vincent Crow. It looks like he's at the local McDonald's playing on their free Wi-Fi. Hopefully he'll get that sorted out while Sean can still see him. Now, immediately, this is more what I was expecting to see in that first stage on the first lap. Oh, got a car sliding through the infield there. That's going to be none other than Jay Collins. Collins is running strong tonight. Hopefully be able to dust her off and get her going again. That little pony just fell. Should be up.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Let's see what happened here. We got the replay, the ISCA replay, the restart. This is them right at the line.
Cold tires.
Cold tires will do it. Coming around through the first turn.
That's about the time she starts to push back.
Yep, let's see it.
That's where she's recalcitrant.
Gone. But he kept it off the wall.
Lucky he kept her with him. Yes, speaking of keeping it off the wall, 29 car, Mark Sanchez elected to stay out. Now he finds himself at the tail end of the lead lap, but indeed back on the lead lap. So that long gamble's going to hopefully pay off for him so that by the time we come to the end of this stage, he'll actually be able to go in and still have a good racing chance at it.
Yeah, the end of this stage, Big Al's only 6 laps away. It's lap 25.
I know, it'll be here in a minute.
So we don't have long to wait at all.
They do that to us, man. It's that last stage that's going to be the longest. Watch the 24 Kenny Powell. He tries to get by the 48 of Jose Medina. Now Powell is going to be all over the back end of Medina. Medina probably doesn't need this smoke right now, especially as many laps as there are remaining in this stage. So, I you know what? I'd be surprised if he doesn't just kind of find a way to just kind of like bow and let Powell go. Because sometimes it's good to be pushed, man. But yeah, I mean no good, no push tonight, man.
Yeah.
Here you go. See, Kenny. Well, these two now are going to be battling all the way uphill.
Yeah, he's not letting up. He's not letting Kenny have it.
Kenny's got to earn it at this point.
Ooh, speaking of which, here comes Jay Haney.
Jose getting a little bit wobbly there.
Wobbly is not good.
Powell definitely has him reeled in. He has got him dialed in now. Look for him to try to get around him anytime. Powell maybe not as fast through that turn as he wanted to be. Now, Jose's just praying that he could get up here with Randy Drumhiller and then maybe pass some of that pressure off to Randy, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I think right now, Jose is going to have to deal with the immediate threat, which is the 24 car Kenny Powell all over his rear bumper. And, that's another thing. What does pressure do? I'll tell you what it does is it bursts pipes or it makes diamonds. So we can say we got a Jose in the rough.
A Jose in the rough. Uncut. Rough Jose.
Kenny sliding by him right there coming out of 11.
There goes the move. 48 of Jose Medina just slides back a little bit as Kenny Powell makes his way up to the front as they cross the line into lap 21.
Now Jose has to maintain his momentum because Jay Haney is going to be right there knocking on the back door wanting to duplicate the same move that the Powell just passed. So the Jose is going to have to do everything he can to keep that from happening. And Randy Drumhiller just got put on notice. Randy, run, because Kenny, he's on his way. He's eastbound and down right now.
Loaded up and trucking.
Randy can start to feel that pressure now because in his relative, that 24 car he has been making advancements every lap. So you're sitting and you're watching the difference right now. I mean, it's a second.
Yeah. It's only about a second. But it looks so close. There's such optical illusions that happen on road racing sometimes for me. It looks so much closer than a second and a half. But Randy Drumhiller's got a second and a half right now on Kenny Powell.
Yeah, indeed. Randy's want to keep doing what he does. Don't take any chances. Slow as fast here. You just don't want to put yourself in a position that you're going to cause that car to go roundy, because that makes your chances go downy.
Yes, and then you will frowny.
Yes, sir.
Very good. I think I'm picking up what you're putting downy. And you already used that one. Shoot. I blew it.
Don't worry about it, Joe. Nobody's grading you, buddy.
I know. Just try to keep the rhyme going. Anyways.
Yeah, here's the bad part of the rhyme here. I think this 3 laps has to come faster because that's what Paul Olsen needs. Because he's back out on the racetrack right now. He's back at it. But see, he's got the looters. They're going to be breathing down his neck slowly. And in front of him, there's the Dirty Sanchez. So these guys, the caution the stage can't come fast enough for these guys.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially the 29. He has to do everything he can to keep that car pointed in the right direction because he is going to want to be able to pit on time with the leaders here. Now, the top 3 cars, Vincent Crowe, Sean Signori, and Randy Drumhiller, did not pit. These guys ran the long play. Got a car off into the dirt there. That's going to be Jose Medina doing what the Duke boys do. And just like that, Kenny Powell has closed the distance on Randy Drumhiller. Randy feeling that pressure right now. He can feel Kenny breathing on the back of his neck.
Yes, sir. From a second and a half down to about 3/4 of a second.
Yeah, now Kenny just has to not push the issue. That's going to be the biggest thing right now. Don't overdrive the car. That's what they're telling him. They're telling him just keep doing what you've been doing, man. Just throw strikes. You don't have to go fast to be fast. Remember that, Joe.
I will. Slow is fast. You said it earlier.
You don't have to go fast to be fast.
That's right.
Ooh,
slow can be fast. Using your brakes can be smart.
Big whoop back here down to 47 in the 7-7 car, just dancing around the corner. He lost his way. That allowed the 47 to get a significant drive off. Sean Signore coming around turn 11. You see him right here, the turn that keeps on giving. And just like that, he turns out too.
Oh no. Oh, Kenny Powell makes the pass, and he's past Randy Drumhiller, who's around now. Drumhiller briefly around. He's getting back on the track, but Kenny Powell made the pass nice and clean to get past Randy Drumhiller, and it looks like Drumhiller just overdrove it a little bit over that hump, lost control, ended up spinning out a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember Randy's got those old tires too, the 44. So he is definitely going to be struggling right about now because, you know, it is what it is. 25 laps on a set of tires is 25 laps on a set of tires. I don't care if you're going straight, backwards, sideways, or forwards.
Yeah, well, it's accurate. Yeah, 25 laps is 25 laps, and these tires are going to be screaming. These dogs are going to be barking by the time we get through that much time. We've only got 2 sets behind the fence, like Vincent said. 1 they're wearing, 2 waiting for him. So there's not too many opportunities to get fresh kicks during the course of tonight's race.
Yeah, definitely. And some of these guys that put it on the first time, they're not going to have to spend as much time down behind pit road because, you know, if they're going to, they got to take 4 tires. There were times in the past where drivers didn't all have to take 4 tires on a stage stop. Tonight, though, tonight's one of those times where you're going to need 4 good years to get her going. Randy's still having his hands full right here, trying to navigate this treacherous track. Not having any time off, man, because it's like right now he is riding an unbridled pony.
Yeah. Very accurate way to put the situation here. An unbridled pony. Just gripping the mane, trying to stay on.
Yeah. Gripping the mane, getting whipped by the tail.
We're here. Mane and Tail, folks. Premier products. Be sure to grab them at Rite Aid, CVS, you name it. Mane and Tail.
And for the record, I have used mane and tail in Afghanistan. That's right.
There you go. It's made its way all the way around there.
Jay Honey sitting in the middle of the track. What happened with that? Jay going to hook it, put it on the toe. That's going to put him behind the wall. Probably dash his chances of the night. You see right here, he comes around, gets a little bit wobbly right here. And there it is.
Ooh, Haney.
I saw hair, teeth, and eyeballs right there.
Yep, go flying. Wow, that was like a cartoon. Haney, unfortunate.
Yeah, very unfortunate. We just got your name right, bro.
Yep, we just got it right, and there you go flying to the left. Or to the right, and then back to the left in this case.
Randy takes the short route, too, tries to round off the corner on a curve. You can't do that here.
And the stage is about to end. There it goes. That's the yellow flag on stage 2. Once again, I believe it's going to go to Vincent Crowe. Here, this stage with Sean Signori in second. Kenny Powell is going to come across in third. Right now, as we get ready to take a short break, we'll be right back with stage 3 and a ton more racing here on the ISCA Super Cup Series. Don't go nowhere. Oh, first let's watch this replay.
Wow, Jay Honey just coming. Randy Drumhiller just coming straight across the dirt. You know, the stage was over right there, so now they got themselves a lot of work to fix. All right, now we're going to take that commercial break that we were talking about. We'll be right back.
Perfect. Hey folks, we are back for some more from the ISCA Super Cup Series. It's Thursday night. Right now we're getting ready to do a little bit more pacing as we finish Stage 2, getting ready for Stage 3. Let's break down a little bit what's been going on here. It's been a pretty good race so far. We've had some ups, some downs, a few losses, unfortunately. Kendall Levron and Bacon Zelenka have had to walk away from tonight's race, it looks like. But we do have 10 more on the track still going around, being led in this case by Sean Signori and Vincent Crow. Vincent being the winner of the last 2 stages we've just had. But we're going to talk with Kenny Powell. Let's see if we can get him up here in the booth. Kenny, can you hear us?
I got you.
Hey there. All right, Kenny, you've had a very, very impressive race so far. You've had a couple of key passes you've made. That pass on Randy Drumhiller, the pass on Jose Medina. Tell us a little bit about how your race has been going from your perspective.
Actually, besides the little bump that I had with my teammate Mark, besides that, I've had a great race, but feeling really bad about that.
Yeah, that was something that we kind of were wondering, like, who's going to be sort of bitten by this track's conditions first, and who's going to get caught up in it. It looks like, unfortunately, that situation bit you guys a little early on, but now Mark's back out on the track. You're out on the track. How you feeling for Stage 3?
I'm not a road course guy like the 2 guys in front of me, so hoping I can just stay right here, and I'll be happy with that for the day.
Well, hey, it'd be a good spot to be in, my friend. Anyone you want to shout out to for your performance so far?
You guys in the booth, teammates, and again, special sorry to Mark.
All right, Mark, if you can hear us, Kenny says he's sorry, and we'll send you back down, and you will get the rest of your race done, and we hope that you do well, Kenny.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, folks. That was Kenny Powell, the race organizer and the 3rd place finisher in that last stage, who had a pretty good race aside from that bump with Mark Sanchez, as you heard. But he's going to be putting it back on display for the 3rd stage here, and we'll see how it goes. Lights are off on the pace car, so that means we're going to be getting started when it is going back around. Now, we've had a pretty impressive race from some of these guys so far. Clearly, we can see who knows their way around Sonoma, who may or may not. But regardless of who knows their way around, boy, it's been a hot one out there. Right now, conditions on the track. Let's see if we can get those up really quick before we get this kicked off here.
Yeah, I'll tell you where it's at, Joe. It's at the same place it's been all night. It's 116 degrees on the street, 74 degrees in the seats. This track has been hot.
Yeah,
Loose.
It's even hotter right now than it was when we started by 2 degrees. That's impressive. And look at that, 6 to 15 mile an hour wind. We started with an 11 mile an hour wind. Now we're at 15, 16 miles an hour. That's nothing to scoff at. That's going to affect these guys. Here we go, green once more for what will be Stage 3 of tonight's Super Cup Series race. Vincent Crow leading things off, Sean Signori leading things off with Vincent Crow right behind Kenny Powell in 3rd. Everybody sneaking through the S's here. Going up over the elevation and then back down the other side of Sonoma. We get to see who's got a really good grip on things.
And more importantly, we're going to get a chance to see exactly what Mark Sanchez has brought to the table. He really kind of got taken out circa lap 1 and never really has been in a position where he could just kind of race. So he can build pace and just get out there and see what his car can do. So excited to see exactly what the 29 car brought to the table tonight.
That's right. It looks like we had 2 more casualties, unfortunately, over the course of the last few minutes here. Jay Haney and Randy Drumhiller have both left the race, it looks like.
Yeah, what I was saying earlier is the new damage model, either your damage is repairable or not. So you know, before we used to, you go back in the pit and you would have this amount of time where you would go through and you do. Now they don't even give you the option. They're like, hey, your car's done, and you just put it on the trailer and go to the house. If it gets that bad, and Jay's car is pretty bad.
Looks like there's a drive through here, a stop and hold for Paul Olson.
I know David had a black flag also. Not sure if his got removed. His is clear.
Got that covered.
Poor Paul.
Poor Paul. Yeah, he's had he was down a lap. He got that lap back, and now he's got to serve a drive-through.
Yeah, and Sean Signore doing everything he can to keep Vincent Crowe at large. Vincent Crowe now down on the inside. This pass for the lead. These two in a drag race right now, going across the half turn, across the start-finish line. They're not going to be big enough for both of them. What's going to happen? Signore yields just a little bit. Vincent Crowe takes it on the high stroke. That battle right there just lasted long enough, I think. Sean probably says right now, okay, dude, I got it. My heart won't handle no more. Now he is going to lay chase. Crowe's super fast. I mean, he's been fast all night here.
Yeah, that's true. He's been at the front of the race all night here. He's got a pretty good handle on some of these road courses we've seen already, and this is going to be his kind of race. You said that he won last week, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Chicago.
There you go. Course. Street courses. If you got them, you got them, and if you don't, you don't. And Vincent Crowe is one of those guys who's just got it.
Yeah, I have enough trouble turning left. You know what I mean? You throw right to me, I'm cooked.
Same. Oh, absolutely. If you tell me I got to slow the car down and take a right turn, I got to shift through all the gears, and oh man, my brain starts to shut off. I like to just get up in the top gear and just drift, or excuse me, just draft. That's what I like to do.
I'd like to think I was better than I am, but unfortunately, I'm not.
That's okay. I think that's a problem that everybody who, all of us up in the commentary booth eventually come to grips with, you know what I mean?
Yep. Sean right now doing everything he can just to keep Vincent close. Jose Medina slipping further back, now losing 6 seconds to the lead pack. Mark Sanchez holding his own in fourth. He is going to be some almost 9 seconds back off of that lead pack. So that just goes to show, as you watch him, 24, Kenny Powell. He's got Jay Collins in front of him. Collins involved in just a little bit of a skirmish a little bit earlier on, but he was actually able to recover. Jay, this is, I think, his third race in the league, third or fourth. And, man, he has been a solid contender since he's actually showed up here. Yeah, and right now I think if we could, maybe let's ride along with if we could ride along with the 7 car of Sean Signore, and let everybody get a feeling of what a lap looks like.
Yeah, let's see right here. Here we go. This section up the hill, you can feel in the wheel, like I said, when the car just unloads all that weight at the top of the hill here. It's a very precarious spot, and then you've got the second plateau coming up here, almost immediately after the first one, before all this downhill driving starts to kick in. Oh, yeah, got an incident here.
43 car. I think he's gonna snake it. Well,
let's get another look at that situation real quick. We'll take a look at Kenny Powell.
I think Kenny is the one that had the incident there.
Yes, indeed.
Kenny. No. Yeah, looks like Kenny was out there doing what you shouldn't be doing.
Well, what are you going to do? We just talked to him, and maybe we give him the commentary curse.
Yeah, Kenny was skinny where he shouldn't have been skinny.
Yeah, need to be a little fatter. Just a little bit.
But yeah, just watching on that onset of that lap, you can see the pitch changes in the elevation. This is not a flat track. So when you throw that into, adding the forces of the car doing the same thing, and then the brakes in the new model, it just makes for exciting racing. Riding along right now, you're watching the 29 car, Mark Sanchez. Mark's trying to do what he can. He's going to stay right there with Jose Medina. Mark actually having some pretty decent lap times out there tonight. As fast as 1:16.938.
It's not bad at all.
No, unless you're Vincent Crowe or Sean Signori, because those two guys' lap times are obviously they're on a different chart. But we'll talk about that later. Now they're going to be encroaching on David Gervais. Should be a good time if they can get them fast enough by the start-finish line. I don't think they're going to have enough, but sometime along the way. Now, we're just going to hope that these guys can get by and there's no issue.
I think it shouldn't be a problem.
Seven still giving chase. And right now, Sean knows he's just got to keep doing what Vincent does. And eventually you try to do better than Vincent. Halfway through this thing here tonight, Joe. Trying
That's
to get
right.
her in the books. Vincent now starting to extend his lead just a little bit as he closes the distance, the gap there between David. David getting ready to go yet another lap down. He had a black flag there at the end of stage 2. I believe that actually caused him to fall to the Reaper.
Ah, the Reaper. He's gotten a few people this race.
Yeah, he has indeed.
4 racers so far out of a field of 12. That's rough.
Yeah. I mean, road courses, they're not easy. I mean, this is a marathon. There's a lot of different dynamics out here these guys are facing. So kudos to everybody that's still out there. Kudos to you for tuning in here with us tonight. Let us know where you're from. Let us know what you're doing. Let us know who your favorite driver is. Tell us something. Talk to us. Tell us you like me more than Joe. Come on.
Oh, that's easy. Bring it on.
And for the record, Joe's darker than me.
Oh, I don't know about that. I am an Oreo cookie. That's all I'm gonna say on that matter. Right down the middle, baby.
Joe's darker than I.
Fair enough.
Vote for me. Olsen behind the wall. Well, Crystal, I don't know if Cinderella's gonna get back in time from this one.
I was gonna say, is he gonna try to get back out? I kind of hope so.
Well, the big thing is for Paul right now is he's got to keep his eye on the points board because, some people are looking at it saying whatever, but Paul's in 8th place right now. And that's a solid points night no matter how you look at it. Through 2 stages he scored. Yeah, heck yeah. Keep out there, keep the car going around in circles. Get those points where you can because that's what matters.
That's right. Finishing points. Finishing stages, finishing the race. You got to finish the race to get the points.
I mean, even David's in 7th place. That's a good night, man. I don't care how you look at it.
It's true.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it can go on your resume, but nobody's going to come back and watch this. They just say, hey, look, yeah, I finished 7th at Sonoma, dude. And they'll be like, what? No way. Yeah. It's about perspective.
Yes. That's a good way to put it. Because right now, We've got Vincent Crowe, lap 39, getting ready to get on lap 40. That's where he's putting it. Putting his money where his mouth is right now with a very good drive. As we watch the 29, Mark Sanchez.
Yeah, Mark's right there with the 48. That's where he's been hanging out. You know, not applying too much pressure. I think he's just happy to be back where he is. And there's nothing wrong with that. And just like that, man, we've only got a handful of cars left on the lead lap.
That's right. It's been rough.
Rough. That's an understatement.
It's been a massacre, to be honest.
31 laps to go, 30 at the line. Still be anybody's race. Yeah, that's why they make us run every lap. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
You rather run every lap because, you know, something could happen on each one of them. So as much as I would love to say, hey, Skinny Vinny, congratulations, man, you win, we can't do it.
Can't do it yet. Too many people on the lead lap here.
Yeah, he has to keep going around and around and around. Isn't that weird?
It's totally weird.
And with his blinking problem, I mean, they might call him over to talk to him over there.
They probably should.
Because he's not always here.
Right now, I'm watching Mark Sanchez, 29, tucked in behind here. Right behind Jose Medina.
Ooh, Jose makes a big whoopsie. That's going to open the door for Sanchez. Not able to capitalize right there. But Jose is going to be out of the rhythm right now. And that's what Mark's going to be trying to capitalize on. He has to stay in his own zone. You know, you get real excited right there when you see that guy go bobble, but you have to keep sure that you're straight because, you know, his bobble make you wobble.
Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, his bobble will make you wobble.
Well, I don't want to wobble. So I got to steer clear of him.
Yep, steer clear.
Still watching Mark Sanchez, 29, trying to find a good passing position on Jose Medina, but Medina not making it easy.
Oh, yeah. Jose's going to be here all night.
I don't know. Let's see. Kenny Powell made the pass earlier. Powell now down to 6th place.
Yeah, these guys coming up on David Gervais. Gervais goes hard into the wall. Might crush that left toe link. That's never good.
Yeah. Oh, here comes a potential move now. The 29 looking for the inside. Nope, he's going to abort that pass. But he is going to threaten it.
I guarantee you, as I'm watching this, Paul Olson's going to be sitting there, and he's going to be in and out of the car tonight. You know, he is going to be sitting there, he's going to be watching, and if he sees David Gervais put that thing behind the wall and he does the math, and he can actually come out and run enough laps to get in the 7th, you best believe he's going to do it. Right now, he's just got, you see, he has just 2 laps over Randy Drumhiller. That's all he had to do to maintain 8th place. So he is watching that 88 of David Gervais like a hawk. So that means David has to finish the rest of the laps.
Yeah. Yes, he does. And he's going to be locked in. He's got to do it.
And 88, he's down on the pit wall.
Let's see what else we got going on.
Probably maybe broke a toe link. Maybe. I don't know. He did hit that wall at a very precarious angle.
Oof. Any angle is too much to hit the wall. But let's see what happens to him.
Doesn't even look like he's sitting the right way. Well, he's taking tires, so that means he has no damage. Because usually, they'll change the tires and fix the damage. I don't know. We'll be watching. Oh, David blinked out. He's gone.
Yeah, he has left the race actually.
I'll be interested to see if Paul comes back in here or not. He might be done. He might just take his eighth and go.
And we'll be right back, folks. We're going to take things to a quick commercial, and when we return, more racing from Sonoma.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Hey folks, we are back here in the ISCA Super Cup Series Thursday night. It's the Charles Shaw 137, and we right now are on lap 46. We've got about 23 laps more to go. Not too much left overall. It doesn't sound like a lot, but you know, it's road racing, so it might take a little bit, but I'm looking forward to the process here. Big Al, how you doing here in stage 3?
I tell you what, I'm hanging in there like a hair in a biscuit, doing everything I can while I can, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You heard it first here, folks. Hair on a biscuit. I love it.
Yeah, just watching the 47 just try to keep that 7 car at bay. You know, Vincent's been up there, and this is that grind right here. This is the part of the trip where everybody else is asleep. You know, there's no scenery. There's not a building in sight, you know, and you just got to try to stay away and go slow.
And go slow. Slow is, we made that point before the commercial break, slow is fast, especially at a place like Sonoma where the elevation changes are so deadly. Slow is fast. So watch for those folks using their braking zones appropriately, and watch for maybe not the fastest driver on the field, but the person who gets around the fastest weirdly enough, like you said, the person who gets around the quickest may not be the fastest.
No, slow is fast. You have to know, and you got to be perfect in every corner, and that's what our leader's doing. That's what he's been doing.
All right. Very, very good advice here for racing road races in general. As Sonoma continues to grind on, Vincent Crowe, Sean Signori, and Mark Sanchez out in the front right now, the 1, 2, 3.
Hey, look, that's all you need to worry about. Position that you finish. Doesn't matter how many bulls are in the fight, okay? Just matters where you finish tonight. That's it. That's the only thing we're recording.
Okay.
And
you know, finish the race.
People are going to say stuff like, "Oh, well, you know, it was shut up. I finished third, damn it." You know what I mean? Oh, the 48 of Jose Medina, he's around hard into the wall.
Yo.
And then there were 5. Come on,
and then
Jose.
there might be 5. Yeah.
Kenny Powell right now, he's going to be trying to make it around Jose, picking up yet another valuable position. The 48, though, might think better of it. I don't think he's going to want to relinquish that. Yeah, he had to let it go. Howell moves up to 5th.
Crawling his way back up. That's where Powell started this race. Now, we talked to him at one point when he was in 3rd, so let's hope he can get his way back up there.
Well, that's a lot of racing left. 21 laps to be exact. Oh, got him.
Oof. Around goes the 48. Ouch. And I see a replay. Fresh, clean, and disastrous. There he goes right now, driving around with the number 48 of Jose Medina.
Right now, he is back up and at him, trying to put pressure on a 24 Powell. Speaking of pressure, where are we going next week?
I think, oh, there it is, Dover.
Might as well be another road course.
Oh boy, yeah, we'll see how many people survive Dover.
Gonna go see Miles. My buddy Miles. I'm excited now. I love me some Dover.
Well, you got something to look forward to then, my friend. Only 7 days away.
Yep, indeed. Great place to lose some iRating, too.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. It's like Vegas, but for dummies.
It's probably a good way to put it. Have you ever been to Branson, Missouri?
Yes, I have.
I'm going to be going there very soon.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to be visiting.
Big country music scene there in Branson, Missouri.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I'm going to go see Dolly Parton's show.
Like I said, big country music scene there in Branson.
We'll see how much my son likes it.
Yeah, I actually camped out at Table Rock Lake. Man, and the water, I mean, just clear. That's all I got.
Love it. Love to hear it.
See, beautiful out there.
Watching all eyes right now on the 47 of Vincent Grow.
Yeah, just got a little squirrely there. The 7 he did. He's giving chase and wasn't holding his mouth quite the right way. Lost some precious tenths. Now Kenny Powell's starting to stretch his lead out on the 48 of Jose Medina, but if you just look right off the crest of the leader's nose, that's going to be that 48. And right in front of him is going to be that 24.
Nice little run of cars here that are all going to be meeting each other very soon.
Yeah. And we still got a lot of racing left, so it's not highly out of the scope of probability that or probability that Kenny might get caught.
Yeah, that's true. You saying it's a low probability there?
I'm saying it's a probability. Whether it's low or high, it's there. You know, that's like a chance of rain.
Yeah, gotcha.
There's still a chance.
Yeah, there's still a chance. That's why we're here, man. You never know.
That's why they make us all run all the laps. I know. For all you know, leader could come up on Jose. Jose get loose, take out, first and second. Stranger things have happened, Joe.
I believe. Yeah, I know very well. Watching right now, speaking of stranger things, watching right now as Vincent Crowe tries to line up a pass. Oh, there we go. He gets given the spot.
Yeah, that's going to make Kenny feel all the more aware right now. Because right now he's in 5th place and in real danger of going a lap down. As a matter of fact, it's problematic for him as we speak. I mean, there's an F-47 tornado, and he's about to get gobbled up.
Yeah. What's he going to do?
Yep. Right there. Oh, the 48 car stopped. Not good. Anytime you make the radar like that, that's a bad sign. Where's that smoke coming from? Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah, from where it should not be coming out of. I'll tell you that much.
Right along here, see exactly what took place to Jose. Comes right across that turtle, misses it, and look, where so many cars have gone before him, it's almost like a scripted. You just follow those. You just follow the black marks.
Yeah, like
they lead you right to the scene of the accident.
I was gonna say, like following the dots, like Billy from Family Circus.
Yeah, and he beat the emergency car and everything to the crash site. So way to go, Jose! First on scene.
If only iRacing had achievements for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they do. They call them DNFs.
Yeah. Man, iRacing could have some pretty fun achievements though if they put their heads into it. But we'll probably not see that anytime soon. This is a simulator. Damn it! This isn't the game.
Jose
overshot.
Still doing what he has to do. Looks like he's limping over there, but he's still limping, right?
Yeah.
And you just watch the 7 of Sean just kind of overdo it a little bit. Tires getting a little bit singy now. 27 laps on them. Still got 16 laps to go in this thing, so that's a long haul. With that hot track temperature, yeah, tires are definitely going to be a factor. And remember, that's what Vincent said. He said he left that set behind the wall, because, now he has a set behind the wall.
Yeah. Gives him an advantage for that last pit stop.
Yeah, tires definitely could be the delta here. Could be the difference in who makes this thing or not.
I'm just watching with rapt attention right now at Vincent Crowe and Sean Signori. They've been chewing up this track all night. Vincent still out in charge. Sean right behind.
Yep. Give and chase. 47 cars running. Now these guys got one more car they're going to be pulling up on here pretty soon. That's to be none other than the 46 car Jay Collins. Jay right now started this thing off in 10th when he is currently the proud holder and recipient of the 4th place position. Now, what happens when they get to Jay? That's the question. Now, I don't think there's still a probability they could get to the Dirty Sanchez. He is not out of the woods just yet with 14 laps to go. I hate to say that.
14 laps down, and yep, he's not quite out of it yet. He's got some action that he will have to defend. Out in front, our two leaders going through the S's right now. On the back half of the lap, getting ready to come back around to the front. And folks, if you got a second and you've been following this race, if you're still hanging on with the rest of them, please give us a favor. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the bell. The ISCA goes on every week, and we've got racing once a week to give you the best iRacing's got to offer. Oh, speaking of which, Sean Signor briefly around there behind Vincent Crowe. For action like that, be sure to hit those buttons.
He no good cowboy. He no good operator.
He's doing his best.
Well, right now, he just dug himself a little bit more of a deficit, but he's going to, hey, look, he's going to be the only one that's going to be able to get out of that thing. Like I said, tires, that's the situation right now that all of these guys are dealing with. That's the story. If there were a headline on the track, that's what it would be. Now the 7 car has to do nothing but give chase. He has to shake it off, get back in this thing, and get her pointing in the right direction with a positive attitude. Otherwise, he might get lap 2.
He's got to be careful. It can and will happen.
That's a true story.
Especially out here. Sonoma's not a huge track. Ooh! Sean's around again.
Tires
it is. Maybe he's out. Maybe he's got some left. I think he's got some left.
I don't know. Yeah.
He's only pit once, I think.
Yeah, he was. You're right. He was a late bloomer.
So if he's got him left, it's a safe bet that he might try to use him. But that would require a green flag pit stop, and nobody wants that.
Yeah. And both, first and second still have a set of tires. But like you said, you'd have to go behind the wall to get them.
Don't want to do that. Don't want to go behind the wall until everyone else is going to take the opportunity as well, especially in this kind of situation where going behind the wall will put you so far away from everybody else at so crucial a point, you'll never recover.
You're watching a 47 catch the 46. Man.
Is he making it? Can he do it? 47 machine.
Definitely making it look easy here tonight. I mean, that's one thing I'll say about that.
It's true. He's made me feel like I could race Sonoma.
Yeah.
Just got to watch someone who makes it look so easy.
Yeah, it takes a little bit more than that to get me out there again. Here he comes.
Oh, I know it's just a feeling. It's not much reality to this statement.
Yeah. These guys are making it happen, though.
We are crossing over into the last 10 laps. We're into the single digits now, folks. As the end of tonight's race is now within sight.
Yeah, just 11 short laps to go.
It's been a killer race out there. We have lost a total of 6 of tonight's racers over the course of the race. It has been a bloodbath. And here we have the final 6 still out there, putting on the best racing experience they can give. And it's all being stepped on all over by the dominating performance of Vincent Crowe, who has led this race since the beginning and continues to lead it right now. What a run out of this guy.
Yeah, 10 laps to go. And the storylines of the night have definitely been the Crows' feast.
That's a good way to put it. I like that. The Crow's feast. He's eating good. That's true. And his teammates were eating pretty good too, except for good old Bacon, who unfortunately had a technical early on in tonight's race, had to dip. But Sean, doing very good, has kept up with his teammate the entire time so far, has had only a few moments where he's been battling it out with anybody else, but and a few moments where he's been battling it out with himself, spinning out a little bit at inopportune times. But right now, Sean has been clinging very, very tightly to following Vincent's trail. Let's see. Oh, yikes. Kenny Powell. Is that drivable?
Yeah.
Okay. Barely. Look at that front left.
Making his own highlight reel.
Let's see what happens here. Kenny Powell took a little bit of a beating there. He goes right. He goes left. And... ooh.
Aggressive.
Double taps the wall. Yeah. Just impressive. Ugh.
Look angry.
Rough spot to be in. But there he goes. Well, we look at lap 61 now.
Stop.
Of 69. Yes.
We are going to get to the point where there's only going to be 2 cars on the lead lap. The next car that the leader has to get by is 3rd place, which is Mark Sanchez. And the leader has caught Mark Sanchez.
Ooh, you think he's going to get him?
Yeah, he's got him. Unless he plays with his food.
It's only a matter of time before we only have 2 cars on the lead lap of tonight's race at Sonoma.
Now, Sanchez, at this point, you know, he has to be thinking self-preservation. You know, he's had a long night, miserable stage 1. Just get out of the way, let the leader go. Just settle with that 3rd place finish and call it good. 8 more laps around this place, and Mark's on the podium.
I was about to say, that was a hell of a move there. Vincent Crowe makes the pass, or excuse me, Vincent Crowe holding on here, makes that pass to maintain his lead, but what a quick pass that was. Looking really good right now. It's just, I'm struggling to find things to say other than, wow, what a drive out of Vincent Crowe this week.
Yeah, man, definitely. And you've been watching, and Vincent's lap times have been, I mean, he's been a second faster than most folks, with the exception of Bacon. And Bacon was the only other person that even was sub 115 tonight. So you had two guys that were freaky fast, and then you had a bunch of other guys that were trying to keep up.
Well, cheers to being freaky fast. It's paid off.
Yeah, definitely. And we got an opportunity to sit here and witness that. So it wasn't just like it was. It's been an exciting race.
Yeah, absolutely. It wasn't like it wasn't just a super predictable thing the whole time. It's been a very exciting race so far. A lot of carnage.
It's been pretty predictable for me. I mean, come on. I chose Vincent to win.
Yeah, it's fair. You knew we'd be down to 6 cars on the field.
He came out here. He dominated through the first 2 stages. Third stage wasn't even a conversation. I mean, this guy, he pisses excellence.
That's true. That's a good point. I keep forgetting that week after week.
The greatness. I'm telling you, and I'm just glad that I had my hand in it, because I believe that it's my expert commentating that makes him so fast.
Taking full credit for that one?
Trying to get a little bit.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, man.
Oof. All right, 64, 5 to go. You know what it is. Vincent Crow's out in front. He's got an 11-second gap on his teammate, Sean Signori, who has a 1 minute and 21-second gap on Mark Sanchez. Or 1 minute and 9-second gap, excuse me, on Mark Sanchez.
Yeah, I don't think you'll catch Mark again, but yeah, that just goes to show what kind of night it was.
Watching some cars take that hard right turn to get to the back of that stage. There we go. And we're down now again to the 5 laps that remain. 5 laps remain with NASCAR math there. Vincent Crow gets around across the line. Folks, thanks for joining us yet again. It's been a wonderful time having you, as we've got just 5 laps to go of road racing here at Sonoma. It is the Charles Shaw 137. You are watching the ISCA Super Cup Series on Thursday nights. And it's been so much fun. Let's get this race over with. Let's see how it goes, as Vincent Crow is ready to show us exactly how to finish a race at a road course. Oop, bit of a blink out of Vincent Crow there. He's had some connection problems all night, but thankfully the band hammer has not come swinging in his direction.
Yeah, wouldn't that be awesome if all of a sudden he were to just get drug off the race course 2 laps ago? That would suck.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure he'd quit iRacing.
Man, he's had a solid performance here tonight. Sean Signore slowly catching up with the 29 Mark Sanchez.
Up at the top of the hill. And back down comes Vincent Crow.
Signore finds himself some 10 seconds behind the leader. He's probably wondering, where did all the time go? So, Joe, what do you think of Dover? How does that stack up on your list of favorite racetracks?
Dover?
Yes, sir.
I like it. I like short tracks. Would you consider it a pretty short track?
That's a mile.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that counts as a full-size track. Because a short track would be, what, a half mile?
Yeah. 3/4
Something like that?
mile.
Yeah.
I
So I
don't know.
guess as far as I consider it a pretty full size track, but I don't know, it's fun, it's intimate. I like the tighter courses, and I just love any oval like stacks up really well to me. Is it like a Bristol or a Darlington? No, not quite. It's like a mini one. If that makes any sense. Bigger one.
Yeah.
I like it. How about you?
Oh, I love Dover. Yeah, I can't wait to go out there and throw away about 700-800 I rating, you know?
Just watch it all go sliding out the door.
True story.
Yeah. That's part of the reason why I don't, yeah, my I rating is abysmal. It's real bad. I don't pay much attention to it these days.
Yeah, I kind of get you. I understand. Didn't quite make the cut for what Kenny was looking for, but I still hold my own, I think.
Yeah, right now, the race. Yep, Vincent Crowe makes the pass on Kenny Powell. Powell's just down a lap from him, obviously, but the race goes on. He's down 2 laps from him, actually. The race goes on here into lap 68, looking for lap 69. Vincent Crowe starting his second to last lap and change, as it were, leading things again by 13 seconds ahead of Sean Signori, who is a minute and 20 seconds ahead of Mark Sanchez still. There's not too much going on in terms of battling at this point, folks. The battles are over, and we've got everybody out on the field who is going to be racing, except for Jose Medina, who is behind the fence right now, behind the wall right now. He's in his pit stop, specifically, and he hasn't moved from that spot in quite some time. Unfortunately, I think he might be stuck there for the rest of tonight's race, which means we've got just 5 racers on the track to finish things up here at Sonoma. Start with 12, finish with 5. Bit of a rough night, yes, but those 5 have been dedicated. Those 5 have been very influential drivers so far tonight. Vincent Crowe, Sean Signori leading this entire race so far. Mark Sanchez, what a drive. Had a bump with his teammate. Kenny Powell early on, bumped back from that. He's back in 3rd place. Jake Collins, name we haven't mentioned too often, and Kenny Powell, when we talked to at the end of stage 2, and he's at the end of stage 2, yeah, and he was looking pretty good. He's sitting in 5th place right now. Rounding out the human cars on the field. There are no other cars. I don't know why I said human cars, but they're rounding out the cars on the field. And then we'll see how things wrap up here very shortly here as Vincent Crowe gets ready to cross the line from lap 69 into lap 70. He's about halfway through the lap now.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
Is there such a thing as a human car?
Yeah, the human car versus an AI car, like an AI-driven car. You know what I mean?
No, I really don't. That's why I'm asking. I'm just curious. I mean, you mean like a transformer car? What do you mean a human car?
I'm just gonna call the end of the race, Big Al. I think that's what I'm gonna do at this point. I got nothing for you. I'll let you work on the answer to that question while I focus on Vincent Crowe here, going around the big horseshoe, getting ready to cross the line. There's the checkered flag. Vincent Crowe is going to take it all at Sonoma. First man across the line, that's Vincent Crowe. Sean Signori is going to be following up here in just a little bit. Crossing the line himself.
Yeah, we just kind of hang out and see where Vincent goes to do a celebration. I mean, plenty of places to choose on this track.
He's got all the real estate in the world. Plenty of place to do it. I think he's going to go all the way around, though. He's going to milk this one. He's going to drive all the way around to the front again. He's going to burn it down right at the line. I do have to say it's a beautiful racetrack, though, this Sonoma. Lovely time watching these guys go around. Not too big, not too small. Just the Berenstein effect, or excuse me, just the Goldilocks effect. Berenstein's also Bears. Goldilocks, that's what I was going for. Just the Goldilocks effect there. Perfect. Right in the zone. And he's coming crawling up to the line now, folks. I think he's getting ready for something special. Okay, okay. Going for a little wheel spin, maybe. Let's see what he's got in store.
Gotta get that brake bias turned up.
Oh, there he goes. He's trying for it. He's trying to leave some lines. There we go. There we go. Well done. Well done. All right, I give that a solid B. I give that a B grade. He tried for a nice long streak. Didn't quite work out in the long streak, but he got some distance on it by the end. How about you?
Definitely. I'll go ahead and get that dude an A+.
All right, A+ it is. Not bad, not bad. Here's the full unofficial results list. Vincent Crowe in first place, Sean Senor in second, Mark Sanchez in third, Jay Collins in fourth, Kenny Powell in fifth, Jose Medina in sixth, David Gervais in seventh, Paul Olson in eighth, Randy Drumhiller in ninth, and Jay Hain in 10th. Bacon Zelenka in 11th, and rounding things out, Kendall LeBron in 12th. What a race! And in a moment here, we're going to get some people up into the booth, but first we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back to the ISCA Super Cup Series Thursday night post-race show. Well, it's me, Jolo, up here in the booth with Big Al and some of our racers. We are going to get some interviews done, and we're going to talk to some of the people who brought you tonight's race, starting with Mark Sanchez. Mark, can you hear us?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, Mark, what a race for you. Things started off a little bit rough with a bump from Kenny Powell, and then it looks like you recovered very nicely, though, and came out with a third-place finish. Can you walk us through your recovery from that early on setback?
Yeah, not sure what happened there, and I wanted to apologize. I think I might have checked up too much. Me and Kenny were talking about it, but I wanted to apologize to anybody else that may have got caught up in that. But yeah, I got stuck on the turtles there, and it just put me head to toe. And yeah, I just slow and steady, I guess. Same thing I did in Chicago.
All right, slow and steady it is, and that seems to have worked out for you here. You were able to get out there in front with Kenny was just a little bit behind you there, but you and your teammate held on through what was a very harrowing situation with a very hot track tonight. Did you notice the heat coming off the track at all in the tires, or what was the number one challenge for you personally, aside from that bump that you took early on?
Just managing the race, just taking it easy. I'm not a road racer. I just, I did do some practicing before, but just kept it on the track. It was my main goal. It seemed to work for me last week, so I wanted to say, do the same thing this week. And I just, Sean and Vincent are just animals on road courses, so there was no way keeping up with them.
Well, you did a pretty damn good job. Anybody you want to shout out to or thank for your performance?
Hey, I wanted to shout out Paul Olson.
All right, Paul Olson, you got the shout out here from Mark Sanchez. And Mark, thank you very much for your time. We look forward to talking to you hopefully again very soon here in the podium.
Thank you, Big Al and Joe and Kobe. Thank you, guys.
All right, folks, that was Mark Sanchez, third place. I'm going to pass it to Big Al, who's going to be talking to Sean Signor in second. Take it away, Big Al.
Sean, Big Al up in the booth, you got me?
Yeah, I do, man. How you doing?
Well, man, I'm doing pretty good, but I'm going to tell you what, man, just making it look easy down there tonight once again kind of had you dialed in on that 7-4, man. Tell us, how did you, how long did it take you to put it all together?
I didn't get many laps of practice before this deal. I probably got 5 before the session started and used that whole hour up to get all the corners down and all the gearing and braking points down, and felt pretty good towards the end of it, but I just didn't have enough to get around Vincent.
So how does Sonoma stack in here for you? I mean, is this one of your all-time favorites, or is this a track that you're kind of new to?
I like Sonoma. I actually have a lot of experience here in a lot of the other road racing stuff, not so much in the Cup car, but because, we've all been racing Sonoma for years on NASCAR games, and we grow up racing here in Watkins Glen, it's always been one of my better road courses, so I'm happy to come out here with second. I'm a little disappointed I didn't have the raw top-end speed to fight Vincent as much as I wanted to, but I'm pleased I was able to stay with him.
Yeah, and right there towards the end, Sean, seems like you had a little bit of problem with handling, which leads me to my last question. Could you tell a huge difference with this new tire model in the degradation and the wear of the tires versus the previous one? Is it really something that's there now that actually affects your planning and your strategy?
Well, with the tires, it seems like it's kind of like the last one in a way where over the run you don't necessarily lose speed, but the track becomes trickier, the brakes become a little bit more sensitive, the throttle becomes a little bit more tricky, and you have to manage the tires being worn while going the same speed. So necessarily, it really didn't slow us down. Me and Vincent were running almost the same times at the end of the run that we did at the beginning, but the treacherous tires that I had on were kind of biting my butt there that last 10 laps. I made a couple little small mistakes and let Vincent actually get away once and for all, but I had a big enough gap over third that I was able to just maintain and run some smooth laps and bring it home second.
Yeah, definitely looked pretty good down there, boss. You're still the one we cheer for. Next week we're headed to Dover. How does that fit in your tool bag? And you guys, got any predictions for us?
Yeah, I got a good prediction. I'm gonna have something for him next week. Dover's one of my better tracks, and I'll tell you, Vincent's won 2 of these road course races in a row, so I got something to prove next week. He's gonna have to watch his behind. I'm gonna be coming.
So if I go ahead and check the block for the 7, that's my pick to win this thing. You're not gonna let me down, right?
Oh no, I'll wreck him for you if I have to. I'll promise you.
All right, I'm gonna hold.
I didn't
you to
do it this week, so I'll do it next week.
I'm gonna hold you to it, man. Who you shouting out here? Who you shouting out here tonight for your second place finish?
I'm gonna shout out my boy Brian. He's been going through a lot. I actually shout him out quite a bit on here, and it's had quite a rough week. And we're gonna try to put something together for the Spa 24-hour this weekend. We were able to win a Watkins Glen 6-hour the other week, and we're gonna go for 2 in a row this weekend. So pretty excited, looking forward to that.
Well, Roger that, man. Good luck to you and your crew as you pursue those endeavors, man. Hey, as I always say, don't party too hard, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week. I'll definitely be here.
Roger that. That was your second place finisher, Mr. Sean Signori. Back to you, Joe.
Alrighty, I will take it over, and we will talk to Vincent Crow. Vincent, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Vincent, we talked to you a little bit earlier. How you feeling now after stage 3?
Very good. That is a full, complete stage sweep, most laps led. I just realized not fastest lap, and I told Sean he should probably pit and try to run for the fastest lap because I planned to pit when he did, so I could also go for the fastest lap. But almost a total complete race for me. Happy to get the victory. That whole final run, I was just pacing myself. I wanted to make sure I had tires and legs left at the end of that final stage. And, the tire degradation definitely showed this week that more than it did last week. I think maybe it was just the longer laps, but generally speaking, I definitely felt it a lot more this week than last week. It felt like if you slid your tires too many times in the run, by the end of the run, you were going to be struggling a little bit. That entire final run, I was no more than 50% brake at any point. I was staying in second gear, and I never used first gear at all that final run. Just kept the rear tires from sliding or spinning too much, kept the front tires from sliding too much, kept the brakes from locking up too much, and just managed best I could. And Sean kept me honest that whole time. He would get, right to my bumper, and I would have to go and use that first gear, and I'd have to go find a little bit of speed, get a little bit of gap, and then I could go back to kind of that pace run. And man, Sean kept me honest for almost that entire final run, and I think he slid the tires a little bit, and that was just enough for me to have a cruising win there at the end.
Yeah, it was a cruising win indeed, my friend. It was quite the win, quite the race. I heard you did great at Chicago last week, too. Are you tired of winning yet? It looks like Dover's coming up next week. You think you're going to be as dominating there?
If you recall, my first win of the season was at Nashville, which is also a concrete track, and I tore that up, and I'd like to think I could tear up Dover, too. It's not one of my better tracks. It's actually one of my much worse tracks. I'm not very good at Dover. I think there's just something about how hard you have to drive that car and how fast you have to go at a track like that, but you still have to manage tires. I don't know if a track is harder on tires than Dover for some reason. It's so hard on tires, yet you have to be so hard on the car. It's just something about it doesn't compute with me, but with my success at Nashville on the concrete, maybe, just maybe, it'll translate at Dover for me.
I'm looking forward to it, my friend. I'll be there to watch it. Is there anybody you want to shout out to or thank for your performance tonight, though?
Paul Olson and Brian. That Brian that Sean mentioned, him. I'm going to be doing the 24 hours of spa or whatever distance of spa with that guy. I haven't met him yet. Sounds like a cool guy. And then Paul Olson I want to give a shout out to.
Alrighty, you heard it here, folks. Paul Olson and that Ryan guy getting shout-outs from Vincent. Looking forward to racing Spa with you guys later. And he's thanking you guys for his victory tonight. So, Vincent, congratulations on your win here at Sonoma, and we look forward to getting you on the podium again real soon.
Awesome, thank you guys.
All right, folks, and that's going to wrap things up from Sonoma Raceway with the Charles Shaw 137. I am Jolo here up in the booth with Big Al. Big Al, what's your takeaway this week? How you feeling on this race?
And I'm telling you what, if we could do it all over again. Yeah, anyway, great week, Joe. Thanks, Kobe, for down behind the booth doing what he does. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Thanks to the drivers for participating. Thank you for hanging out, man. That's all I got.
All right. Well, thank you, Big Al. Everybody, take a look on screen. You got more information coming your way about how to interact with the ISCA. we've got a little bit of everything going on. We've got more races coming up. If you're a graphic designer, reach out to us. If you need some more information, go to iscaracing.com to get that information for you. We are going to Dover next week. You'll see that pop up on your screen in just a second here. It's going to be a fun race. And from everybody here at the ISCA, my name is Jolo, joined by Big Al and Kobe down in the truck. I want to thank you for watching and participating, and we will see you next week at Dover. Take care, everybody. Have a great night.
I found the ISCA after I'd been in the service for a long time. I'd been in iRacing for well over a decade, and spent most of my time in NASCAR series, a lot of fixed racing for the most part, and really just got to a point in my iRacing career where I really wanted to get involved in open setup racing versus fixed, partially because I was just looking for a little higher level of competition, you know, maybe a little cleaner driving, and maybe get away from some of the challenges that go along with fixed racing on the service. And it took me a while as I was really searching out leagues, because I kind of had a very specific thing I was looking for. A, I wanted to be an established league. You know, B, I just really wanted clean, quality drivers to be racing around. And once I found the ISCA, I found out really quick that it was going to check all those boxes, and I've been with the ISCA ever since.